Hey guys, today I'm going to be telling you about the Viking survival game Valnir Rok. So, like I said, this is a Viking survival game. So the basis of the game itself is to gather resources, chop down trees, gather metal, stone, all that good stuff, so that you can build buildings, craft different weapons and armor, and depending on whether you're in PvE or PvP, fight other players or simply fight the enemies that spawn. About a year ago in PvP, there were a lot of different opportunities to raid other players' bases for resources, but that isn't really the case anymore, as the game is pretty much dead, I hate to say. But one interesting thing and kind of funny thing that you can do is you can plunder NPC villages of their loot, essentially, and they don't fight back or anything, so basically you get free weapons and armor. One of the largest complaints that I have, and one that I believe is also a very big complaint amongst other players and former players, is the combat. It's really buggy, and it's just kind of overall clunky and annoying, and I think from the clips I'm about to show you, you'll understand why. See, fighting lower, boars and whatnot is pretty easy. I will give it to the developers though. They have been developing since the first time I played about a year ago. When I first played, there were not horses, and they're very useful in-game right now, especially with the lack of players to trade with. But they also have their own pitfalls. So now you can kind of see just generally what fighting NPC, just basic soldiers, looks like. And I have some of the most, I wouldn't say the best, but probably the best you can get just from crafting regular armor and looting regular armor, and I have a pretty decent legendary weapon too. These basic, just village guard guys somehow kind of just stomp me. And it's a little annoying because it's super buggy and there's not really anything you can do about it. It is an overall pretty fun game if you're into this sort of thing, I suppose. But it definitely does have its bugs, and that is very annoying, especially when you're just trying to fight or get on with farming or whatever you want to do. The game does have some storyline type of elements, some task, job, element, function type things, but they're also pretty clunky and they're not really that engaging. It's kind of like they tried to mimic the sort of single player RPG games like The Witcher and Skyrim and that sort of thing, but they didn't really do a very good job of it. And although it's interesting that they have those things in this game, they don't work very well. There are a number of different NPC enemies you can fight, but some of the higher level enemies include NPCs such as skeletons. I think they're zombies. In some locations, or in one location, I believe there's a dragon. I never really got that far. It was, not really something that I was interested in going that far to achieving. Some of the other slightly more common bosses that you can run into, a little less common than skeletons, but more common than dragons and whatever, are the trolls. I think that's what they are. And you definitely need trolls if you want to get like the Troll Smasher Hammer, which is very useful in PvP for destroying enemy bases. And another enemy is the werewolf, which you can just kill by yourself if you have enough arrows, but otherwise you definitely need a team to help you out. One of the important elements of combat in this game is stamina, and it can be a little bit of an annoyance because if you're blocking with your shield, every strike you take drains more of your stamina. So if you want to counterattack, you just have to stand there and wait. So yeah, in the end, my two main problems are combat, and second is, which I didn't mention before, is how just time wears down all of your structures. So if you leave a structure sitting in a server for a week, it'll be gone. And I believe that is a big motivator to keep people away from this game, because after a week of all their hard work, it's all gone. So I definitely understand why people don't want to keep playing. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do want to try this game out and make up your own mind about it, I'll put the link in the description for you guys. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.